know, just pay attention. I've entered the theater of my mind. And now that I'm in the theater of my mind, I am not letting someone else run this show. I'm walking and stepping out on the stage of my imagination. Woo. And while I'm on the stage of my imagination, I see myself as God sees me. Woo. Perfect, whole, and complete. I've been in that meditation all week. See, that's why I can't get a hold of myself. That's why I had to leave out of the service for a moment this morning, because what y'all was seeing and what I was seeing was two different things. I had to get back because y'all were trying to pull me out of the theater. But see, I was seeing myself the way God sees me. Perfect, whole, and complete. Not a beggar. Perfect, whole, and complete. I am not yesterday's rerun. Don't call me rerun. I am not yesterday's rerun. See, some of you are just repeating the same old garbage day in and day out. You are a rerun. I am not yesterday's rerun, but a beacon of light for all to see. And everyone that comes in contact with me, they are feeling the benediction of my consciousness. Touch your neighbor and say, can you feel me? Woo. Touch somebody else and say, can you feel me? Touch somebody else and say, can you feel me? Now don't ask them what they're feeling. Oh, Shadabasata. Kidabashanda. Woo! Jesus. When we begin to understand this, that's why when the Queen of Sheba came to see Solomon, that's why the Lord began to let me know, says, son, there's some folks you're going to have to get away from you because of what I'm about to send your direction. See, some of y'all don't understand. Amen. But there's some folks I got to get away from me. Why? Because when the Queen of Sheba came to see Solomon, she looked at his servants and how they were at attention and noticed how their look, how their dress was. She was feeling the benediction of Solomon's consciousness. Woo! Jesus! She was looking at his house. She was feeling the benediction of his consciousness. She was looking at the meat on his table. She was feeling the benediction of his consciousness. She was looking at the apparel of the servant. She was feeling the benediction of the consciousness. She was looking at the servants. She noticed how the servants served him. She was feeling the benediction of his consciousness, and the benediction of his consciousness caused her to pass out where there was no more spirit in her. And because of what she saw, she said the half wasn't told. You have not met the consciousness of this man. I have been with God, but he happened to call himself Solomon. Oh, Jesus! That's why no man can see my face and live. You can't see my thoughts. But all I can do is hide you in the cleft of the rock and say, watch my behind. Watch what comes behind me, because you couldn't see my thoughts and live. You can only see my things, but not my face. You really can't see I am. You can only see that. I am is my first name. I am is my face. But that is my alpha. My omega, rather. I am is my beginning. That is my end. I am is my first name. That is my last name. Rabasha. Jesus. Woo! Oh my God, are you still here or did you go home? Every so often, some of you leave the service. Come on, stay right on here with me. Oh my God, where am I? Let's see, okay. Man makes his world by his what? Either what? Or. Now let me talk about this for a moment. You are always making your world, whether silently or audibly expressed. In other words, even let's talk about silent words, which are thoughts, which is real prayer. Many of y'all have been praying, but you've been praying in the wrong temple. You've been so busy praying out loud here in Zoe, in this building. And God says, I wish they would come to the true temple that's not made with hands. The woman with the issue of blood, she finally got in her temple. After she went to all kind of doctors and physicians, she went to help outside of herself. That's your true idol. But when she said within her, so where did her prayer begin? Who did she pray to? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the living God? See, you've been out here screaming, hoping someone beyond the ethers, an old white man with a beard. It's not happening. Amen. Sitting on some throne with a bearded face. Listen, forget it. Hollywood has messed you up. That's why the prodigal son started seeing redemption when he came to himself. Touch your neighbor and say, you better come to yourself. Oh my God, let me move on here, Jesus. I'm out here. Y'all got me too far out here. Thought structure. Oh my goodness, it gets even a little worse. Okay. Principle number 5, it is in your book. Every thought is in the form of a thought structure or a what? A belief system. Now listen to this. Man's thinking becomes the vehicle through which creative power what? You create through your thought process. Man's mind is the wire through which the power what? So that means that your mind is the wire that pulls it in. Telegraph. Uh-oh. Deaconess Ovella was trying to contact me. I was in the plane. So I got off. She picked up the phone and said, you were calling me about a half hour ago. She says, yes. How did you know? I said, you know, I'm a prophet. It's called telepathic communication. They're talking about telepathy over there. That's New Age. Well, if that's New Age, get rid of your phone. Start with your beeper. Don't get mad with me because I went to a new level and you're still dealing with levels that you can only hear. There's other planes. There are levels of communication that we are missing. And anything that is supernatural, we are ascribing to the New Age. The prophets were always hearing and seeing on other levels. And that's not reserved for just prophets. A matter of fact, you can't even be a good actor or actress unless you can operate on other planes. Because if your partner is missing their lines, you better jump into another mind. If you read